Diep, thank you very much for being here. Diep, you are the Senior Manager of the Edge Green Building Program for the IFC. It's a pleasure to have you here today. You lead a global initiative. You are the global head, and I know that you are looking for projects. You have been leading the initiative not just in India, but in South America, all over the world. Can you give us a bit of context about that?
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. So the IFC invented the EDGE Green Building Certification Program in 2015 to address the need to decarbonize the building sector in emerging markets. We have data sets in every country in the world, and since 2015, we have certified 63 million square meters of building assets, of real estate assets. We have financed more than 12 billion US dollars of real estate assets. And just this past year alone, more than 2 billion US dollars. So it's a globally recognized program. It's highly successful, and there's increasing interest in investments in the green building sector. We have huge programs in Latin America. In Colombia, we account for about 30%
Wow.
of new building certification. And we also have growing programs in Mexico, Brazil. We're looking to expand to markets such as Chile. We have a huge program in India, in Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, China, many markets in East Asia. East Asia is also one of our biggest markets. We also have a significant program in Africa, and especially in South Africa. But Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria are also existing markets, and we're looking to expand to other markets, including Morocco. Egypt is also a big program for us. So it's a very popular program globally. And it continues to grow in popularity.
Perfect.
And we actually it has not just environmental value but also social value. We believe in educating women and training women. So we have a program globally where we train women on how to become EDGE experts, and they are also the ambassadors for EDGE Green Buildings.
Fantastic, fantastic. And if we have a developer or a property owner listening to this conversation here, and he wants to understand more in practical terms, how does it work? What's the ticket size that usually works for you? The decision-making process about investing or not, or offering the capital to this developer. Can you give us a brief summary?
Sure. Well, all developers, we would refer them to edgebuildings.com, where they can get a lot of information on how to get started. But we also have our pool of experts who can advise them. Basically, when you are going through the development of a new building, either a new building or retrofitting an existing building, you look at the design of the building, and then you compare that to the baseline data in the municipality or the city that we have. We have baseline data for your locality. And basically, if your design and operations can improve upon the baseline, say by 20%, savings in energy consumption, water consumption, and embodied carbon in the construction materials, then you get the first level of EDGE certification. And if you can improve upon the baseline to, say, 40% reduction, then you get EDGE Advanced certification. And then the optimum level that we have is now EDGE Zero Carbon. So we have 3 levels of EDGE certification. Regular EDGE at 20%, first level, EDGE Advanced at 40%, and then Zero Carbon.
Fantastic. And when it comes to different markets, where is the most advanced market at the moment for IFC in this specific initiative?
Well, we don't like to compare across geographies, but let me just say that some of the more mature markets include India, Indonesia, Vietnam, Philippines, In Latin America, it is Colombia, where I mentioned earlier that about 30% of new certification is with EDGE. New green building certification is with EDGE. And Brazil and Colombia. So Colombia, Brazil, and Mexico are growing markets. And we also have growing markets in Africa. Basically, we have global coverage.
Very nice. You lead the climate business innovation at IFC globally. And I want to ask you, what inspires you? What makes you go to so many places to lead this program?
Well, what inspires me about climate business is the potential positive impact that we can have on the planet. We know that the built environment will double by 2050. Moreover, over 3 billion people living on this planet will be living in substandard housing over the next 15 years. So there's significant shortage of housing, and the built environment will double. And therefore, we need to build smarter and better today. We need to build more efficiently, use less energy, use less water, and use better building materials to lock in less carbon, to reduce the carbon that we have in our construction process. We also need to build more resilient housing and commercial assets. The world is now experiencing more extreme temperatures and natural disasters. And so we have designed the Building Resilience Index to help assess the resilience and vulnerability of buildings to climate change shocks and come up with action plans for improving the resilience of buildings. So overall, climate business, if we do it well, will have a positive impact on the planet, will reduce GHG emissions and reduce our footprint for the climate.
What's the biggest challenge for you to reach more players to understand about the initiative and to support the program?
The biggest challenge is how to spread the word quickly. And so we like to leverage our ambassadors. And we have been focusing on educating as many people as possible. And our educational programs are actually helping increase equality. We focus on educating women. And we have provided free training programs on how to become EDGE experts to women. And our women have become the best ambassadors for EDGE green buildings.
Can you please tell us about the climate business innovations that IFC supports?
Well, what I'm inspired by is the range of instruments and innovations that are available these days to help fight climate change. One of the things that keeps me up at night is how to provide access to energy for the 775 million people in the world still living without access. Renewable energy is key to the solution. We finance solar energy projects, wind energy, battery storage solutions. Electric mobility is another solution that we support and that is growing in popularity globally. We are also supporting green hydrogen development projects globally. And our industrial decarbonization instruments run the gamut, are very comprehensive. We help provide renewable energy. We invest in renewable energy projects. We help decarbonize the hard-to-abate sectors, for example, steel production, cement manufacturing, and manufacturing of light industries. And then we also try to help decarbonize the end uses. We help finance alternative fuels, greener alternative fuels such as e-methanol and green hydrogen. So there's a whole range of instruments out there that help decarbonize whichever sector we work in. Of course, EDGE Green Buildings, the real estate sector, is among our biggest portfolios. And what we like to say is all of these innovations are not only good for the planet, but they are good for business.
That's a very good point. Some developers would say that it's too costly, it's very expensive to be good for the environment, and that's not a good idea. I think this is becoming an old mentality, and the new mentality is different now. But what would you say for those that still have some level of resistance to adopt the best practice?
We have proven through our Edge Green Buildings portfolio that designing better, designing green, designing more efficiently will actually save you money over the longer term, especially through ongoing operational costs.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for your time. It was very good speaking to you.
The pleasure to be here.